Hey everyone, want to talk today about an important tool that you should have on your firearm, and that is a weapon mounted light. Now, whether it's your pistol or your AR, you want to have a weapon mounted light on it. Now, there's obviously what we've talked about before is the importance of having a handheld light, but at some point, either pretty close to the very beginning or somewhere through a situation, you're going to probably be switching to a firearm for the situation that's arisen because of just the threat level or different things to that, or obviously what seems like the threat level that's apparent. You're going to be thought process of needing a firearm, and so you're going to start using the firearm, or at least the flashlight on the firearm, instead of the handheld light. Obviously, there's some discussion between using just a weapon mounted light as a flashlight, and that's not something you want, but you want to make sure that you have both handheld and a weapon mounted light. Weapon mounted light, there's no excuse for not having one. I know, especially for pistols, there's some firearms that either don't have rails or their rails are proprietary. What's awesome is, and nowadays there are companies that make either attachments for proprietary rails, so that then you can still, once you've attached that custom little rail or whatever on there, then you can attach a regular light on there. Or there's flashlights that have been made, weapon mounted lights that have been made to put on a pistol that doesn't have a rail. And obviously some of them are kind of a little rough in the department of lumens, things like that, but obviously anything better than zero is obviously what you want to have. And with pistol lights, there's obviously lots of different companies that make them. There's Surefire, which has a great reputation, as well as ones that we have are Enforce, both the APLC and the APL they've had in the past, and now the new ones that they have, the Wild 2 that's already out, and the Wild 1 which is coming soon, as well as Streamlight. The TLR7A is some awesome pistol lights that you can have. And even the argument is made at times that, well, I have night sights, like that's good enough, things like that. And the issue with that is that night sights are good for you to be able to see your sights, but if this darkness is still in front of me, it doesn't matter if I can see my sights or not, because I can't see the target itself. I need that light to actually see the target. And so it's important that you have that light. And when it comes to a AR, there's really no excuse for not having a light on your AR, even if you have something like M-LOK rail or something like that, where the rail is a little less lower profile. You can get extra little rails to put on the sides or different things like that, just small pieces, so that then you can attach your weapon mounted light on and things like that. And with AR, I've also run quite a bit of different ones. Obviously, Surefire as well has stuff. There's as well Enforce that has their couple different ones. I've used the full-size one compared to their smaller one. Just that 400 lumen one, not that great compared to actually getting the 800 lumens is awesome to have. And then also I've run Streamlight's ProTac that they have. Definitely a good one to have. And then also most recently I've invested a little bit more and gotten a Cloud Defensive Rain, which has been really awesome. And there's also a couple other lights as well. There's the Rain Mini, the smaller one, and then also there's the Owl from Cloud Defensive, and then there's also Modlite, which is an awesome company. I've heard nothing but great things from them as well, and they have some great lights from them as well. Most recently, I've actually been able to use the Rain in a Force on Force CQB class, just first off with just the walk through dry fire reps, and then some of the Force on Force, and seeing especially with this night, a light being a little newer, and so most of the other lights that were there were just the other stuff like Surefire, or maybe like Streamlight or things like that. There was one mod light in there, and both of us actually wanted to compare and whatnot, and I forget which mod light it was that he had on his AR, but we saw that mine the Reign was a little bit brighter, and especially the Reign, it's more of a yellow color compared to that Mod Lite was a bluer one. But overall, it was pretty close. But the big thing would be for your budget would be the price wise on that for the Reign. But a lot of people, when they look at, say, something like the Reign, which has a ton of lumens, tons of candela, compared to something that has a little bit less, say, that smaller Enforce WML that is the 400 lumens, they say, well, that's enough and things like that. And I can understand an argument if it's about your budget and finances, things like that. But if you are simply just looking at, well, what's the threshold I can meet it, and it's not even a good threshold, with some people even saying like 200 lumens is enough or 100 lumens is enough and things like that. It's not really what you want if you can get more lumens. I mean, you've maybe heard the phrase all the lumens, getting all the lumens. And a lot of people have those two different schools of thought of, well, you only need sufficient or you need all of it. And if you get the proper techniques and things like that, you'll be able to use whether it's handheld lights or weapon mounted lights correctly and be able to not whether it's use them negligently, giving away your position, or just bouncing them off surfaces, things like that, and blinding you in essence, or things like that. You need to have the proper techniques, but it's not really a bad thing to have all the lumens, right? But whatever you choose, there's tons of companies out there and things like that. Like I said, some of these you can get just that good mount and it be helpful with your budget and financial wise, and other of them you can get a little bit more just of an investment, like I just did recently with the Cloud Defensive Reign, and having just that awesome amount of lumens in candela is something to look at. But whatever it might be, guys, weapon mounted lights will definitely help in bettering your reactive defense.